On the shores of Lake Erie, we welcome you to the Rocket Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. I am Vinny from Vita Productions, and welcome back to another NBA2K26 presents another exciting edition of the 2025-2026 season playthrough. We are on Friday, November 21st, 2025 now, where the Cleveland Cavaliers play host to the defending Eastern Conference champion, the Indiana Pacers. As we know, the Pacers are without Tyrese Halliburton, and they are off to a little bit of a struggling start. They are 7-8 on the season, while you see the Cavaliers at 10-6 in a virtual tie for number 2 in the East. And for the first time, we will see Darius Garland, which is the third time we've seen the Cavaliers, by the way, but the first time Darius Garland's in the lineup for the Cavaliers. As this is the first time we'll see the Pacers in the Season 3 playthrough here. As you see McConnell, Nembhard, Naismith, Siakam, and Jackson will be the starting five for the Pacers. And for the Cavs, Darius Garland, as I mentioned, making his first appearance in the season playthrough. Mitchell, Hunter, Mobley, and Allen, as the Pacers will win the tip. Back over to Siakam to Nembhard. Over to Naismith. Naismith for three. Naismith, actually, he was inside. They said he was inside, so that is 2-0 Pacers already. Donovan Mitchell over to DeAndre Hunter. Back over to Mobley. Mobley for three. That is off. No good. Jackson will grab the rebound. Back over to Nembhard, and Siakam is going to go to the line as Mobley is called for his first personal foul. This will be the final time we see the Cavaliers here in schedule block number 1, as there are only, including this game, 4 games left of schedule block number 1. So we'll have 3 more left. That'll be between 3 teams we have seen already and 3 teams finishing up the final 3 teams we have yet to see at all in this season playthrough right now. As you see Siakam hitting the first one. And Siakam hits them both. It's 4-0 Pacers already, just about 35 seconds into the game. I said Darius Garland missed the first part of the season. You see Mobley coming around. Mobley with the layup attempt. That's no good. Siakam with the rebound. Pacers got off to a slow start, but it looks like they're trying to keep pace there. And fortunate for them, the Eastern Conference is not powerful, so it's not all doom and gloom for them right now, even with this start being below 500. Jackson passing it back over to Naismith. Naismith for three. That is no good. Jared Allen will grab the rebound. You can see Darius Garland with it. Garland finding over to Hunter, and Hunter misses that one. Naismith will grab the rebound. Minute and a half into the game. Pacers up by 4. Back over to McConnell, and McConnell with the layup, and that's good. McConnell with 14 points per game. 6-0 Pacers. Off to an early start here. Donovan Mitchell, as we had 10 on the shot clock. Mitchell coming with the layup, and the Cavaliers are on the board as we are now 2 minutes into the game. You see, last season, Donovan Mitchell made All-NBA first team, and very deservingly so. I mean, the Cavaliers had a really good season last year. They unfortunately fell in the playoffs. You see Naismith for three. That is off the iron. No good. Mobley grabbing the rebound here. Darius Garland passing it over to Mitchell. Mitchell with it. He gets a jumper. That's in and out. No good. Jackson with the rebound. Naismith having it now. 9:20 left to play here in the first. They see Pascal Siakam passing it over to Nembhard. Nembhard for three. That is off. No good. Naismith with the rebound. Offensive rebound. He drains the three. It's an early 7-point lead now for the Pacers, as we are now 3 minutes into the game here at the Rocket Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. Jared Allen passing back over to Hunter. Back over to Mitchell. Mitchell for three. He drains it. Donovan Mitchell brings the margin to within 4. Nembhard back over to Pascal Siakam for the Cavaliers. Or for the Pacers, I should say. Pascal Siakam, there's a jump shot. That is off the iron, no good. You see the last game for the Pacers against Charlotte, he had 34 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks in a win against the Hornets in their last game out. Garland for 3. That is off the iron, no good. Nesmith will grab the rebound. McConnell back over to Siakam, and Pascal Siakam with the slam dunk. Yeah, Siakam averaging 25.1 points per game. Hunter who has it for the Cavaliers. 14 on the shot clock. Garland for 3. That is in and out. No good. Siakam with it. Nesmith for 3. That is off the iron. No good. The Pacers have led so far throughout every moment of this game. They're up by 6 right now. Mobley back over to Garland. 12 to shoot. Garland from deep inside. That is no good. Nesmith will grab the rebound for the Pacers. TJ McConnell passing back over to Jackson. Back over to Nembhard. Nembhard will pass it back over to Jackson. Back over to Siakam. 5 to shoot on the shot clock. 4 to shoot. 3. See, Siakam will have to get that shot up. That is no good. Jared Allen will grab the rebound here. The rebound's 8-5 in favor of the Pacers right now. You see Garland with it. Darius Garland. There's a jump shot for Garland. That is good. Pacers with it up by 4 now. 6.5 to play here in the first. TJ McConnell passing back over to Siakam. Siakam for 3. That is good. And it's back to a 7-point lead again for the Pacers. And we have our first timeout of the game. 6:13 to play in the first quarter. The Pacers leading it 14-7. And we are going to stick around for a second because it is the first time out of the game, and you know what that means. Every time I do these broadcasts, first time out of every game is my self-promotion. I am Vinny from Vita Productions. I do sports video games. You are currently watching a 2025-2026 season playthrough presented by NBA2K. As I play one game for every 2 to 3 calendar days. And then after the game, we, of course, stick around, look over the stats, and then do the post-game ticker, go through injuries and any news and notes. And then in the fourth quarter, I will announce the game that will be out tomorrow, which will be at 10 a.m. Eastern, since that's going to be on since that game will be out on a Saturday morning. I always get them out before the college football games start. And then also, speaking of college football, I am doing a college football 26 simulation game. We have already seen 2 games already, and that is BYU, Utah, and Oregon and Iowa. And I'm still determining at the time of the game, determining the time of the game right now, or determining the game that I'm going to do for tonight, because at the time of the recording of this game. I think there's another game that's involving top 25 college football playoff ranked teams, so that one's probably going to get on by default. Just cannot think about that one on top of my head right now. As I said at the time of the recording, I usually don't even determine games now until Tuesday night after the rankings come out. You see Garland has it. Garland from Mobley for 3. That is off the rim, no good. Jackson with it. McConnell has it for passing back over to Siakam here as we're over halfway through the first quarter. So McConnell had 19 points and 8 assists in the win against the Hornets in their last game. Nembhard give it over to Jackson, and Jackson with the shot, but he is fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2. As a foul is being called against Jared Allen. I said the Pacers going into this season as the defending Eastern Conference champion. And unfortunately, they fell to the Thunder in 7 games as Jackson misses the first one. But even worse is the fact that Tyrese Halliburton tried to play in that Game 7 and ended up tearing his Achilles in that game. And that, of course, is the reason why Halliburton is not going to be playing at all this season. Not just in the season playthrough, but also in real life as you see Payne into the game. I believe Cameron Payne was actually starting for Darius Garland. Cameron Payne for three. He drains it. That wasn't a three. Never mind. He was deep inside the two-point range. My fault there. As you see Nembhard coming through. Nembhard back to McConnell. McConnell inside. Coming around. Layup attempt. That is good. And he is fouled as Cameron Payne called for the foul. That's his first personal foul. Third team foul against the... As McConnell's going to go to the line. Payne is going to be coming right back out of the game here as Tyson's coming into the game. We're almost done with schedule block number 1 as you see McConnell makes the free throw. It's an 8-point game. Largest lead of the game. Though Garland is still in the game, so I think Cam Payne winning for somebody else. See Tyson with it back over to Mobley. Mobley for three. He drains it. It's a 5-point game again. Under 5 to play here in the first. McConnell having it. Back over to Nembhard. 8 to shoot. 7 to shoot. 4 to shoot. And there's the three by McConnell. That is no good. Allen will grab the rebound. Garland with it. Over to Tyson now. Off the bench, back over to Mobley, back to Darius Garland. Garland will shoot the three. He drains that. It's now a 2-point game. See McConnell with it as we're approaching now 4 minutes of play here in the first quarter. It has been Indiana has led every minute of the way at this point. Nembhard for three. That is off the iron, no good. Tyson now has it for the Cavs. Tyson coming around, alley-oop to, oh, but he misses that dunk. And Siakam will grab it there. Mobley, 3 points on 1 of 5 shooting and 2 rebounds. At this point, Nembhard with it. 8 to shoot. Nembhard, jumper. No good. Mobley will grab the rebound. Cameron Payne with it. Back over to Darius Garland. Garland back to Tyson. Tyson for three. He drains it, and the Cavaliers are on top for the first time in this game. It's a 1-point lead for the Cavaliers as we're approaching 3 minutes of play in the first. Jackson loses it. Payne will grab the rebound or get the steal. Payne just holds on to it for a second here. Under 3 to play now, passing it over to Jared Allen. Cameron Payne had 13 points in the loss of the Rockets. Their last game that's a miss right there. Siakam will grab the rebound. Back over to Nembhard. Nembhard back to Siakam. See Siakam passing back into McConnell over in 3-point range. 8 to shoot. McConnell coming back inside. Over to Nesmith. Nesmith from deep inside too, but he misses that. Mobley with the rebound. Tyson will now have it as he crosses the timeline. Payne with it. Back over to Darius Garland. 10 to shoot on the shot clock. Back over to Allen. Back into Mobley. Mobley for three. That is off, but no, Jackson will grab the rebound for the Pacers. Evan Mobley now 1 of 6 shooting. He only hit that 1 3-pointer earlier in the game. Over to Jackson, and Jackson with a slam dunk, and the Pacers are back on top. Pacers shooting 7 of 17, and the Cavaliers 7 of 18. So both teams shooting very similar so far in this first quarter. Low scoring first quarter. You see Tyson for three. That is off, no good. McConnell with the rebound. Nembhard has it. Give it back over to, I believe that is Pascal Siakam with the dunk, and that is, and it's a 3-point lead again for the Pacers. And we have a timeout by the Cavaliers. 1:14 to play in the first quarter. It's 21-18. Pacers on top. We're going to take a timeout as well. All right, we're back here in Cleveland. It's 21-18 Indiana with 74 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The Cavaliers had to lead briefly in this game, but Indiana has come back to lead by 3, scoring the last 4 points. Some substitutions being made. Payne with Mitchell. Mitchell for 3. He drains it, and we are all tied at 21, I should say. And under a minute to play here in the first quarter. 21 all. Shepard into the game for the Pacers now. Shepard for 3. That is off the iron, no good. Sam Merrill now in the game for the Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell with it. Back over to Cameron Payne. Back over to Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell with 10 to shoot on the shot clock. Mitchell coming. I don't know what he's doing right now. Mitchell will get the layup, and that's good. He has scored 5 points coming back from being on the bench. He has 10 in this game, and the Cavaliers are now on top again. Their largest lead by 2. Pacers, I believe, led by as many as 7 in this first quarter. Shot clock is still on, so they do have to get a shot off before the end of the quarter. See, Shepard will get the screen. Toppin for 3. He drains it. Obi Toppin puts the Pacers on top late in the first. Tyson from half court. That is no good, and that will do it. We are at the end of 1 here in Cleveland. It is the Indiana Pacers 24 and the Cavaliers 23. We'll be back to start the second quarter here at the Rocket Arena. Back here in the Rocket Arena in Cleveland. 24-23 Pacers on top as we start the second quarter. See Merrill inbounding at the Payne. Mitchell with it as there's 13 to shoot on the shot clock. Donovan Mitchell had 5 points coming off the bench after getting a little bit of breather. He had 5 points that briefly put the Cavaliers back on top. Payne with the jump shot. That is good, and the Cavaliers back on top by 1. Payne, Mitchell, Dean Wade, Sam Merrill, and Tyson are on the floor for the Cavaliers. See Toppin on the floor with Mathurin. Jones with it. Jones for 3. That is no good. Sam Merrill with the rebound. Sam Merrill made some pretty clutch shots. As you see, Donovan Mitchell for 3 again. That's 13 for him. It's a 4-point lead. The Cavaliers' largest in this game to this point. The Mathurin coming around. He's going to get the slam dunk, and it's a 2-point game. Benedict Mathurin averaging 17.7 points a game. But as I was saying, Sam as you see Mitchell again for 3. He drains it. That is 16 for him. Back-to-back threes to start the second quarter for him. 5-point lead for the Cavaliers. Mathurin coming through. Pass it back over to Obi Toppin, back to Jones. 5 on the shot clock. Getting a screen. Jones for 3. That is off. Tyson will grab the rebound. But you see, Sam Merrill, as I said, was a pretty solid player at Utah State. Made a clutch 3 to win the game. I see Mitchell for 3 again. That is no good. Mathurin with the rebound. But as I said, Merrill at Utah State made a clutch 3 in the 2020 Mountain West Conference Championship game that put the game away for Utah State. And you see Huff. There's a layup or jumper, and that's good. 31-28. 2.5 into the second quarter. Unfortunately, that gave him the Mountain West Championship game, but unfortunately that shot really meant nothing, as we all know what happened just a few days later with everything getting canceled, including the 2020 NCAA tournament. But that was his last game at Utah State. Sees Huff for 3. That is no good. Tyson will grab the rebound. That ended up turning out to be his last game at Utah State because, again, everything got canceled a few days later. Merrill with the jump shot. That is good. 5-point lead again for the Cavs. And a timeout by the Pacers here. 8:45 left in the second quarter. It is 33-28, Cavaliers on top. We'll be back. And we are back here in Cleveland. It's a 5-point lead for the Cavaliers here. 8:45 to play until halftime. We got substitutions being made on both sides. I see that Garland, I know, is coming back into the game. Siakam back into the game as well. Obi Toppin's staying in, I believe. And speaking of 2020 NCAA tournament, Obi Toppin had Dayton had their best season ever, and they never got a chance to. You see Siakam for three. He drains it. It's a 2-point game. He never got an opportunity to lead his Dayton Flyers to try to make a run. As I mentioned earlier with Sam Merrill on the other side, you see Darius Garland. This is the third time we've seen, as you see, Sam Merrill. Sam Merrill with three there. It's back. The Cavaliers back up by 5. Mathurin with it. Over to Toppin. Toppin with the pass over to Siakam. Back over to Obi Toppin. And Obi Toppin with the slam dunk. The margin is 3 again. See Darius Garland with it. 16 on the shot clock. Passing it over to Sam Merrill. Merrill for another 3, and he drains this one again. Sam I am. It's a 6-point lead now for the Cavaliers, their largest. We look at the assist total, you can see over on that little scoreboard there as Mathurin will get the bucket there. McConnell with the assist there. The Pacers shooting 14 of 28. The Cavaliers 15 of 30. Both teams technically shooting 50%. There's a 3. That is no good. Siakam with the rebound. Looking at the assist. Oh, that is missed there. Payne will grab it. Let's see, Payne with it. 14 to shoot on the shot clock. Being guarded by McConnell. Payne will need to get open. He's got to pass that up to Garland. Garland's got to hurry up because he's under 5 to shoot. Garland inside with a jump shot. No good. Siakam grabbing the rebound here. 4-point lead for the Cavaliers here. Neesmith's back into the game. Over to Siakam. Siakam is going to get that layup. It's good. Pascal Siakam brings the Pacers to within 2 here as we're approaching halfway through the second quarter. Dean Wade. Over to Darius Garland. Garland for 3. Off, no good. Toppin will grab the rebound very easily. Over to Mathurin. Mathurin back over to Siakam. Siakam. The hooker, no good. The hook shot, I should say. Wade has a rebound. You see Darius Garland now with it. 15 on the shot clock. Garland, jumper. No good. Wade will grab the offensive rebound. Payne for 3. Cameron Payne, no good. Mathurin grabbing the rebound for the Pacers. No points in the last 2+ minutes. And Siakam is going to tie the game for the Pacers. So the Cavaliers had a 6-point lead, their largest. The Pacers had a 7-point lead in the first quarter. And here we are, knotted at 39. Game of runs is what I always say for basketball. We want a good game, it's always going to be a game of runs. Payne for 3. That is off, no good. Obi Toppin with the rebound. See McConnell with it. Back over to Siakam. Siakam will get that jumper. That is good, and the Pacers are back on top by 2. Their first lead since the end of the first quarter. Payne with it. Give it over to, I believe that's Ball. Lonzo Ball, I believe, is making his first appearance in this season playthrough. Cavaliers, as I said, has been featured 3 times already. McConnell coming around with the layup. That is no good. Payne with the rebound. But Lonzo Ball, I know, did not play in the first 2 games. But I think that could be part of it because I know Struss is still out. Dean Wade with a dunk, and we are tied at 41. Look at that game summary. 6 lead changes, 3 ties. And we have a timeout by the Pacers. 3:32 to play. We're all knotted at 41. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. And we are back here in Cleveland. 3:32 to play until halftime, and this has been a very, as I say, game of runs. I mean, we did have 6 lead changes, 3 ties here. We're tied at 41. Largest lead for the Pacers was 7. The largest for the Cavaliers, 6. McConnell back over to Nesmith. Nesmith back to McConnell, back over to Nembhard. Nembhard for 3. That is off the iron, no good. Evan Mobley will grab the rebound. Darius Garland with it. Rebounds 21-19 in favor of the Pacers right now. As you see Hunter coming in. Hunter with the layup, and the Cavaliers are back on top. McConnell with it. Give it over to Nesmith, back to Nesmith. I see Siakam, jump shot. No good. Hunter with the rebound. Hunter giving it over to Mobley. Mobley with a shot. That is good. It's a 4-point lead again. Evan Mobley averaging 17.4 points a game. Siakam. Over to McConnell. 8 to shoot. 7 to shoot. McConnell coming around. Jumper. That is off. No good. He probably could have gotten a layup attempt there. As you see Mitchell with the rebound. Garland coming through. Darius Garland with the layup, and that is good. It's a 6-point lead again. 2 minutes here. Slow start. You see Darius Garland, 7 points on 3 of 11 shooting. But he's definitely, he made a big bucket there. Siakam for 3. That is offline. No good. Jared Allen will grab the rebound. Hunter with it. Back over to Garland. Back over to Mitchell. Mitchell for 3. That is off as Nesmith will grab the rebound. Pascal Siakam. Back over to McConnell. McConnell back to, I believe that was Nembhard for a second. No, Nembhard has it. That was Nesmith that had it for a second. Nembhard now passing over to Nesmith. Nesmith. That is off the iron. No good. Mitchell with the rebound here. 1:10 to play here in the second quarter. Mobley with it. Back over to Mitchell. Mitchell finding to Allen. Allen back to Mobley to Hunter. Under a minute to play until halftime. Jared Allen with it. Under 3 to shoot. And that's going to be stolen by Nesmith. Nesmith's going to give it over to Siakam. Siakam had a hard time holding on to it. Back over to Nesmith. Nesmith passing it over to Nembhard. Nembhard has it right there. 35 seconds here. Siakam for 3. That is no good. Mobley grabbing the rebound. Under 30 seconds of play here in the second quarter. 47-41. Cavaliers on top. Allen thought about it for a second. Hunter. You see Mitchell for 3. That is off the iron. No good. Last chance for the for the Pacers before halftime. Shot clock is turned off. McConnell has it. McConnell, jumper. That is no good, and we head to the halftime. It is the Cavaliers 47, the Pacers 41. We are heading to halftime. You are watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. We are back here in Cleveland. 47-41 Cavaliers on top as we're getting ready to start the third quarter. But we're looking at some Pascal Siakam highlights here. He's been very dominant in this game. He has 18 points for the Pacers in his first half. And I saw that Donovan Mitchell had 16 for the Cavaliers. As you see, the Cavaliers have it start the second half here. Mitchell with it. Donovan Mitchell inside. That is no good. Neesmith will grab the rebound. See Nembhard coming through. Over to Neesmith. Back over to Nembhard. 9 on the shot clock. Nembhard trying to get it. As you see McConnell, Nembhard, Jackson, Neesmith, and Siakam out on the floor to start the third quarter for the Pacers. As you see, Siakam misses that one. Garland will get the rebound. Back over to Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell passing it back to Garland here. 13 on the shot clock with Hunter. 10 on the shot clock now. Hunter back over to Mitchell. Mitchell for 3. That is no good. TJ McConnell will grab the rebound for the Pacers. Back over to Siakam. Siakam. Back over to McConnell. Over a minute to play. Over a minute into the third quarter, I should say. McConnell. It's 5 to shoot. Over 1 to shoot. McConnell in the paint. No good. Hunter with the rebound. Mitchell grabbing it. Mitchell, jumper. That is no good, but Allen will grab the offensive rebound, and he'll get the put in. And it's an 8-point lead. That is the largest lead of the game for the Cavaliers. We're over a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes into the third quarter now. Siakam. Is that a three-point attempt? It doesn't really matter because it missed. Pascal Siakam, 18 points. Evan Mobley, where's a bucket there for him? And it's a 10-point lead for the Cavs. As you see McConnell back over to Siakam. Passing it back to McConnell here. The Pacers at 7 and 8. For all, as you see, Siakam for 3. That is no good. He's gone cold so far to start the second half. And there's a very bad alley-oop attempt. That's going to be a turnover, and the Pacers will get it. Look at Siakam, 7 of 16 shooting. He has 18.7 rebounds to this game. You see Siakam inbounding it over to McConnell here as he crosses the timeline. 2.5 into the third quarter. 51-41, Cavaliers on top. Siakam back over to Jackson. McConnell over to Nembhard with 6 on the shot clock. Nembhard, there's a layup attempt, and he is going to go to the line as Allen is called for his second foul. Andrew Nembhard to the line, shooting 2. Try to put an end to the drought and get the first points of the second half for the Pacers. And he'll make the first one. I said the Pacers are at 7 and 8, and they're doing this without their leader Tyrese Haliburton, who, again, as I said, injured his Achilles during the NBA Finals, and unfortunately will not be healed in time to play for the season. Nembhard misses the second one as Mobley will grab the rebound. 9-point lead for the Cavaliers here as we're approaching 3 minutes into the second quarter, and that is a reaching foul against Naismith. That's his first personal, the first team foul against the Pacers. Donovan Mitchell passing it over to Mobley. Mobley for 3. That is no good. Jackson will grab the rebound. Back over to Siakam. Siakam back to Nembhard, and Nembhard will get the layup. 7-point game again. Field goal percentage is 39% shooting for the Pacers. The Cavaliers at 43%. Both teams have struggled a little bit as Mobley will miss that as Nembhard will grab the rebound. Nembhard has it. As 8:19 to play here in the third. Nembhard passing it over to Jackson. Jackson back to Naismith. Nembhard with it. Nembhard will get that shot just in time, but that's no good. Mobley will grab the rebound. Garland has it. Andrew Nembhard, 3 points on 1 of 6 shooting, 2 assists in this game. Back over to Mitchell. Mitchell for 3. That is no good. Naismith will grab the rebound. Siakam has it. Donovan Mitchell, only 16 points. He yet to score in the second half. Nembhard has it. Coming through, Nembhard with the shot up. That is good. And Andrew Nembhard has put the Pacers to within 5. He's actually scored the only 5 points in this quarter so far for the Pacers. You see there, Mobley had it. Garland almost thought about the shot before passing it over to Mobley, but you see Garland with it again with a 3-point shot. That is no good. Jackson with the rebound. As we're approaching 5 minutes into the third quarter, Siakam with it to Nembhard. Nembhard's going to get the slam dunk, and it's now a 7-0 run for the Pacers. And the game is now to within 3. Andrew Nembhard has scored all 7 points for the Pacers. And the Cavaliers will call a timeout. 6:49 to play here in the third. 51-48 Cavaliers on top. I'm taking a break. You're watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. And we're back here in Cleveland. We look at the league leaders for field goal percentage this season. You see Pascal Siakam in third with 65.2 shooting percentage right there. 6:49 now to play here. 51-48 Cavaliers on top. They led by as many as 10, but the Pacers are on a 7-0 run. Mobley with it, as you see Payne coming through. Cameron Payne passing it over to Mobley. Back over to Hunter. 5 on a shot clock. Garland for 3. That is no good, and the drought will continue for the Cavaliers. TJ McConnell. Back over to Nembhard, who has taken over the last couple of minutes. Siakam for 3. That is off the rim, no good. Garland has it. There's an alley-oop, and we finally end the drought for the Cavaliers as Mobley with the dunk on that alley-oop, and Garland will get the assist there. 5-point lead for the Cavaliers again. Passing it over to Nembhard, and Nembhard will find Jackson. Jackson will make the point. Will make the back bucket there. Back to a 3-point game, and Nembhard had the assist there. You see that 17-14 in favor of the Pacers in the assist department. Payne for 3. He drains it. And the Cavaliers up by 6 again. 5.5 to play here in the third. You see McConnell. Pascal Siakam. And you see Jackson, and Jackson will get the dunk. 4-point game again as Siakam with the assist. Cameron Payne crossing the timeline here as we're approaching 5 minutes of play in the third. DeAndre Hunter for 3. That is off, no good. Nembhard with the rebound. McConnell coming through. McConnell back to Siakam, and Siakam layup attempt is no good. Evan Mobley will grab the rebound as we're under 5 to play. Hunter for 3. That is way off. Jackson will grab the rebound. Over to Naismith, back over to Siakam, and Siakam still misses. He cannot buy a bucket. He or Donovan Mitchell can't buy a bucket in this second half so far. Garland for 3. That is off, no good. Siakam will grab the rebound. Passing it over to Nembhard. Nembhard back to McConnell, back to Siakam. Nembhard to Siakam again. Siakam back to Jackson. 5 to shoot, and that is rejected, and I believe that might have been Jared Allen with that rejection there. See the Cavaliers with it. Garland, that is off, no good. Pascal Siakam, under 4 to play here. It's a 4-point lead for the Cavaliers. I say under 4 to play in the third quarter, I should say. Siakam will finally get his first points of the second half. He has 20, and the Pacers are on a 13-5 run. It's only a 2-point lead now for the Cavaliers as they will call another timeout. 3:32 to play in the third quarter. We'll be taking a timeout as well. You are watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. And we are back here in Cleveland. 3:32 to play. 56-54. The Cavaliers on top. They've been at by as many as 10, but it's a 2-point game again by the Pacers. The Pacers will not go away in this game. They see Tyson on the court for the Cavaliers. He's getting ready to inbound it to Cameron Payne. See Payne having it. Passing it back over to Donovan Mitchell. Back over to Cameron Payne. 3:20 to play in the third quarter. Now under 5 on the shot clock. Tyson with it. There's a three-pointer by Tyson. That is no good. McConnell grabbing the rebound. See McConnell grabbing across to the timeline. Back over to Toppin. Obi Toppin. There's a three-pointer for Toppin, and that is in and out. No good. Mobley will grab the rebound for the Cavaliers as Payne with it. Payne coming across here. Mitchell for 3. And that is off, and that is going out of bounds. You might as well just let it go out of bounds. You weren't getting the ball. No, wait. That way it went off a Pacer. I think Donovan Mitchell made an effort to get it off of a Pacer. Who knows? Because the Cavaliers are still maintaining possession. So we got substitutions being made here. Shepard back into the game. Mathurin back into the game. I think Nembhard is changing positions. See Payne coming through. Payne, I believe that's a 3-ball. That is no good. Huff will get the rebound. Shepard with it. Back over to Nembhard. That's 7 points in this game, but let me tell you, it's led this charge so far. Nembhard coming through. Jumps inside the paint. No good. Dean Wade grabbing the rebound for the Cavaliers. Payne with it. Finding back over to Mitchell. Mitchell for 3. That is off the iron. No good. Obi Toppin with it as we are down to the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. 56-54. See Shepard for 3. That is off the iron, but Huff will get the rebound, and he's going to get the points. And Sam Merrill called for the shooting foul as Huff is going to go to the line shooting 1. Siakam coming back into the game for Nembhard. As Huff is going to come in shooting 1, and the Pacers with a chance to retake the lead. And he does exactly that. 57-56. Pacers on top for the first time in the second half. They led by as many as 7 early in that first quarter. Mitchell coming through. Donovan Mitchell, get the shot up. That is good. And the Pacers are back on top. That is Mitchell's first points of the second half. He has 18 in this game. Siakam coming through. Back over to Toppin. Toppin for 3. No good. Tyson will grab the rebound. Cavaliers with a chance to go up by 3 again. See Cameron Payne coming through. Payne will lose it as Shepard will get the steal there. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. It's a 1-point lead for the Cavaliers, 58-57. Shepard coming around as Sam Merrill will steal it. Tyson coming through. Back over to Donovan Mitchell. Thought about the 3 for a second. He thought about it again, but it passes over to Tyson with 10 on the shot clock. Merrill passing back to Mitchell. Mitchell for 3. That is no good. Siakam grabbing the rebound. Under 30 seconds to play until the end of the third quarter. Back over to Toppin. Back to Mathurin. Mathurin to Huff. Huff. Toppin. Toppin for 3. No good. Merrill will grab the rebound. Tyson. They can hold on for the last shot. Tyson with the layup, and that is no good. Shepard with it. Will he get a desperation shot? He will, and that is no good. We end the third quarter. The Cavaliers up 58-57. Back with the fourth quarter coming up. You are watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. Back here in Cleveland, we see the assist of the game, and there's the alley-oop right there. as the Pacers will inbound to start the fourth quarter here. Only a 1-point game in a low-scoring game. It's probably one of the lower-scoring games I have called so far in the season playthrough. See Mathurin, you see Payne, Mitchell, Wade, Merrill, and Tyson out on the court to start off for the Cavaliers. As Merrill will grab the rebound off the miss. Payne. Give it over to Mitchell. Mitchell for three. That is no good. Mathurin grabbing the rebound. Mathurin coming around. Jump shot, and that is no good. He almost went coast to coast there. Payne has it back over to Tyson, to Mitchell. Mitchell back over to Tyson now. Tyson for three, and he misses that one. Siakam will grab the rebound. 1 minute into the fourth quarter. Back over, you see Shepard with it. Shepard back over to Jackson. To Q Jackson this time, over to Jackson again. Toppin. Passing over to Mathurin. Mathurin for three. No good. Sam Merrill with the rebound here. Merrill back over to Wade. And Wade will get the dunk. Dean Wade puts the Cavaliers back on top by three. As we are now a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Mathurin coming through. He will get the bucket there, and it's a 1-point game again. Looking at the field goals here, 25 of 67 for the Pacers, 25 of 69 for the Cavaliers, so they are really shooting very similar. Jackson with it, back over to Mathurin. Mathurin, there's a pass over to Toppin, and Toppin will miss that one. I see Tyson with it for the Cavaliers. Over to Dean Wade. Wade over to Payne. Payne back to Wade, and Wade with the slam dunk. And it's a 5-point lead for the Cleveland Cavaliers. See Q Jackson with it. He almost went out of bounds for a second. Siakam with it. And Siakam will miss that one. Wade will grab the rebound. Tyson back over to Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell with the dunk. It's a 5-point game again. 20 points for Donovan Mitchell. See Mathurin coming with the slam dunk, and that is in there, and it's 64-61. Benedict Mathurin, 8 points in this game, 6 from mid-range. 3-point lead for the Cavaliers here. Payne for three. That is no good. Obi Toppin with the rebound. So we're over 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Mathurin with it. 9 to shoot. Back over to Toppin. Toppin. And there's a bucket for Obi Toppin. It's a 1-point game. Field goals 23 of 71. Or no, 27 to 71 for the Pacers, 27 to 73 for the Cavaliers. So both of them shooting very similar in this game. Mitchell for three. That is off the iron, no good. Siakam with it. See over to Jackson. Jackson back over to Toppin. Toppin over to Mathurin. With 7 to shoot. Mathurin. There's a slam dunk, and the Pacers are back on top. By 1. 10 lead changes. 4 ties. What a game we've had. Cavaliers led by as many as 10. Mitchell for three. That is no good. As Q Jackson will get the rebound. Siakam with it. Coming through. Pascal Siakam passing it over to Toppin. 9 on the shot clock. Shepard for three. He drains it. It's a 4-point lead for the Pacers. They led by as many as 7 in the first quarter. They are on a 9-0 run. And no sign of a timeout yet. Tyson for three. He drains that one. It's a 1-point game. 6:47 to play here in the fourth quarter. Pacers on top, 68-67. However, we are going to keep it on for this timeout because Remember that tomorrow, after this game is over with, we are not done yet because we still have statistics as well as the post-game ticker, which will only be 2 days this time. And we also go through the injury report and any notable news and notes that are worthy. And tomorrow's game, we'll be having the calendar on November 23rd, 2025. We head to Hotlanta, where the Charlotte Hornets will make their first appearance in the season playthrough. The Atlanta Hawks will host the Charlotte Hornets. And that will be aired at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow to accommodate the college football crowd. I mean, I watch college football, and I don't think I'd be watching my own video over college football right now, but anybody who does watch it, and you're not a college football fan, hey, you get an early start to your morning to watch this video as we are getting ready to head back to the timeout. One-point game here in Cleveland, 68-67. Neesmith's back into the lineup. McConnell back out onto the court. See Siakam has it. Back over to Neesmith. Neesmith with a jump shot. That is good. That is inside. 3-point lead again for the Pacers, I should say. Sorry, I have a little bit of a brain cramp here. Garland for three. No good. Nembhard with the rebound. Nembhard led the charge, actually. They're down by as many as 10, the Pacers were. But Nembhard, who did not have any points, did lead the charge with 7 points in this big run right now. Part of the reason now the Pacers are back on top. I see Jackson, Isaiah Jackson with the bucket there. 5-point lead for the Pacers. As I said, they led by as many as 7. So we are under 6 minutes to play in this game. Garland with it. Coming around. Garland over to Mobley. Mobley for three. He drains it. It's a 3-point game again. Or 2-point game, I should say. Whew. Sorry about this, guys. I got some stuff that is impeding my way through the scoreboard. I got to get rid of that one. See McConnell with it. Over to Nembhard. Nembhard coming through. I said he had 7 points in that third quarter. The only 7 points of the game he has had so far, but it has led the charge as that's a 3-point attempt. I'm very surprised they didn't call a foul there. See Sam Merrill with it. Sam Merrill for three. Sam puts the Cavaliers back on top with under 5 to play here in the fourth. It's a 1-point lead for the Cavaliers again. McConnell. See, over to Jackson, back over to Nembhard. Nembhard coming through, and Nembhard with the dunk. And it's a 1-point lead for the Pacers again. 4.5 to play here in the fourth. 74-73, Pacers on top. Back and forth game. Over to Garland, back over to Merrill. Merrill to Garland. Garland for three. He drains it. It's a 2-point lead for the Cavaliers again. Nembhard over for the Pacers here. 9 points in the game. He momentarily gave the Pacers the lead again before that three. And there's a block, and that was by Mobley on Siakam. Mitchell has it. Mitchell thought about it for a second, but he's just going to take his time here. Evan Mobley with it. Passing it over to Darius Garland. Garland back over to Mitchell. Mitchell with it. Over to Mobley. And Mobley with a slam dunk, and it's a 4-point lead. Evan Mobley with 14 points in this game. And it's a 4-point lead for the Cavs. Under 3.5 to play. Andrew Nembhard with it. Back over to Siakam. 14 on the shot clock. Back over to Jackson. Jackson back to Nembhard. Over to McConnell for three. He drains it. It's a 1-point game again. That's a 3-pointer, but it's back to a 1-point game again. And we have a timeout by the Cavaliers. 2:54 to play. The Cavs up by 1. We're going to take a break. You're watching NBA 2K on V-Dub Productions. And we are back here in Cleveland. What a game we have. 78-77. Cavaliers on top. Seems like now it's a back and forth game of runs again. As I said, the Pacers had a lead by as many as 7 in the first quarter. And in the early part of the third quarter, the Cavaliers had a lead by as many as 10. I see Hunter inbounding it over to Garland here with under 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Over to Allen. Allen back to Hunter, back over to Garland. 7 on the shot clock. Gotta get something going here. Garland coming through. He's gonna go to the line. McConnell called for the foul on that shooting foul. Garland and one opportunity coming up for the Cavaliers to put them back up by 4.
At the line for 1, Darius Garland.
Again, this is Darius Garland's first appearance in my season playthrough. The Cavaliers have been shown 3 times. And I can let you guys know that no team's going to be shown more than twice in schedule block number 2, as Garland made the second free throw there, or made the free throw there. As I have already predetermined the schedules here. And by the way, to let you guys know, there is no NBA Cup. You see Nembhard for 3. That is off the iron. Allen will grab the rebound. I'm not a fan of the NBA Cup, that in-season tournament. It's a participation trophy. As you see, Mobley for the bucket there. It's a 6-point lead again for the Cavaliers as we are approaching the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. The way things are going, this might not be the final 2 minutes of the game. Siakam, that's off the rim, no good. Garland will get the. Garland has it. Hunter has it now for the. Now it's back to Garland again. Allen with it. Back over to Mitchell. Mitchell for 3. That is off the iron, and Isaiah Jackson will get the rebound. Or is it Isaac Jackson? I see Nembhard's coming around with the layup, and that is good. Either way, 4-point game. Garland tips it. That's going to be stolen by Jackson. Nembhard with it. Back over to McConnell. Over to Nembhard. Back to Jackson. Back to Siakam. Siakam. That is no good. And Mobley will grab the rebound with Garland now having it here. Just about approaching 1 minute to play in the fourth. Hunter. That is no good. Neesmith with the rebound. Under a minute to play now in the fourth. Siakam coming around with it. Thinking about taking a shot, but he passes it over to Nembhard. No, Nembhard now has it. That was Neesmith that had it. Nembhard for 3. He drains it. It's only a 1-point game. 40 to play. Mobley with the slam dunk. And a timeout by the Pacers. They're up by 3. We're going to take a timeout as well with the final 39.3 to play. You're watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. And we are back here in Cleveland. 85-82 Cavaliers on top with just under 40 seconds left to play. Now, is it 40 seconds left of the game, or will we have 40 seconds until overtime? We have not had an overtime game yet so far in this season playthrough. See McConnell back out there. Over to Siakam. Siakam for 3. He drains it, and we are tied with 34.4 to play in the fourth. Hunter with it. Hunter coming through. As you see, Hunter for 3. That is off. Siakam with the rebound. Shot clock turned off. Do they call a timeout? They do have 1 left. 14 and a half here. It looks like they are just going to play for the final shot. 7. Siakam coming through. Siakam over to Jackson. Jackson with the bucket with 1 second to play, and the Cavaliers will call their final timeout. 1 second exactly to play, and the Pacers are on top. Oh, what a game. Oh, man, I might have to keep this here on this timeout because I don't know what to think about this game. I mean, Cavaliers were up by 10 in the 10 going early in that fourth quarter, but the Pacers kept scratching and clawing all their way back into this game. The Pacers, though, have won their last 2 games. The Cavaliers have lost their last 2 games. The Pacers, again, as I said, they are doing this without Tyrese Halliburton, but, they show that they have more than just Halliburton, as you have Siakam, you got Toppin, McConnell, Jackson, Nembhard, who has come alive in this second half after not having any points in the first half here, as we're approaching the final 16 seconds of this timeout period here. And I will remind you guys, once again, once this is over with, we are not done yet. We have stats, post-game ticker, and injury report. And don't forget that tomorrow will be the Charlotte Hornets at the Atlanta Hawks. That will be out at 10 a.m. Eastern. And also, out of all this excitement, I forgot to tell everybody, if you're enjoying this, please leave a like, comment, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. Hunter with it. Over. Allen for 3. And he's going to be off the rim, and the Pacers are going to hold on to win. Oh, man. I know this is a low-scoring game, but this has to be definitely an early Game of the Year candidate. And you can see the stunned fans here at the Rocket Arena. And I don't blame them. I mean, they watched a great game, but I know they're disappointed right now. But they walk out. They're going to walk out. They're going to think about it a couple days later, like, yes, this loss sucked for us, but we did go see a great game. And let me tell you something. This was a great game. As Pascal Siakam gets the player of the game. Remember, we are not done yet. Started off with the statistics, as we always start off with the home team, win or lose. And it's the Cleveland Cavaliers we start off with, where Donovan Mitchell had 20 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He only had 4 points in that second half. So he really was very disappointing in the last half of the game for the Cavaliers. They probably could have used a little more shots made by him. And who knows, we may not have had a close game. Who knows? Evan Mobley, a double-double for him, 18 points, 14 rebounds, and a block. Darius Garland, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists. Just 2 assists shy of a double-double for him. Sam Merrill off the bench, 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, and a steal. Cameron Payne, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Dean Wade at 6 points, 5 rebounds. Jalen Tyson, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. DeAndre Hunter, even as a starter, only had 2 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Jared Allen, also a starter, 2 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. He missed the game-winning shot there at the end. Lonzo Ball had 6 minutes of play. He only went 0 for 1 from the field. As you had Luke Travers, Tyrese Proctor, Naquan Tomlin. They did not play for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And now for the victorious Indiana Pacers, we have Pascal Siakam. Actually, he was pretty quiet himself in this game. I mean, he had 23 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1 steal, but he was pretty quiet in the second half, I should say. Let's see, Andrew Nembhard, quiet in the first half, but he had 14 crucial points in the second half, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Isaiah Jackson, 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist. You see Brandon Mathurin off the bench, 10 points, 4 rebounds. TJ McConnell had 8 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. Aaron Nesmith, 7 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Obi Toppin had 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. Jay Huff, 5 points, and 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. Ben Shepherd, 3 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. Quentin Jackson, that's what I thought it was. Quentin Jackson only had 1 rebound in this game. Kern Jones, no stats in 4 minutes of play. He only went 0 for 2. Both of them were from 3. And then we have James Wiseman, Johnny Furphy. A nice name. Jarris Walker and Tony Bradley did not play for the Indiana Pacers. And those are your statistics for this game. It's now time for the post-game ticker brought to you by 2K Sports. And we begin with Friday, November 21st, 2025. The remaining games for this scheduled day. And, of course, we saw the Pacers over the Cavaliers 87-85 with the Pacers. I believe now winners of 3 in a row to get back to 500. And the Cavaliers are now losers of 3 in a row. They are now 10-7 on the season. The Nets will get their third win of the year with an 89-77 win over the Boston Celtics. The Raptors also go to 500, 109-90 winners over the Washington Wizards. The Chicago Bulls fall to the Miami Heat 94-93. The Bulls almost made a comeback at the UC, but the Heat were able to hold on. And the Heat now get their second win in their last 3 games after an 8-game losing streak. The Mavericks have now lost 8 of their last 10 games after starting off 7-0. The Pelicans go into Dallas and beat them very handily 116-104. The Minnesota Timberwolves continue to show why they are the best team in the NBA, at least in this season playthrough, with a 117-88 win over the Phoenix Suns. The Suns fall to 500. And the Rockets are now 8-6 on the season. They have been hot since we showcased them a few days ago. They defeat the Nuggets 125-118. The Warriors with a 116-102 win over the Portland Trailblazers. And congratulations, Utah Jazz. You are now the proud owners by yourselves of the worst record in the league. They fall to 2-13 after the Oklahoma City Thunder 146-125 win in Salt Lake City. And now we are here for Saturday, November 22nd, 2025. We are in Charlotte, one of the teams that we are going to see tomorrow. But the Hornets will fall 117-98 to the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers are now 13-3 on this season. The Knicks continue their hot start with a 111-86 win over the Orlando Magic over in the land of the Evil Mouse. The Hawks, the other team that we're going to see tomorrow, they are 10-7 on the season with a 111-107 win over the New Orleans Pelicans. The Bulls go to 10-6 with a 120-98 winners over the Washington Wizards. The Bucks over the Pistons 120-118, a comeback from behind win actually in the fourth quarter. So the Bucks are within a game of 500 now. The Grizzlies have not lost since we featured them just a couple days ago. They are now 8-9 on the season, with the Mavericks now falling to 9-9. They have lost 9 of 11 since starting off 7-0. Talk about a team that was up high and now they are at the lowest of lows. And finally, the Nuggets 112-96 winners over the Sacramento Kings. And that is going to be it for your post-game ticker. If your team won, congratulations. If not, there's always tomorrow. Now time to look at the injury report for the games played after November 22nd, 2015. As I said, for the Sixers, Edgecombe is still out 1 to 2 weeks. McCain is now day-to-day with his injury. Bucks, nothing to report. Bulls, nothing to report. The Cleveland Cavaliers, as I said, Max Struss still out for 2 to 4 weeks. And there's a couple of players I could not name off the top of my head for the Cavaliers outside of Struss. But then I remember it was Larry Nance Jr. out 1 to 2 weeks, and then Craig Porter Jr. still day-to-day with his injuries. Neither of them played in the game against the Pacers tonight, or this morning, whenever you watch this game. Tatum is still out 4 to 6 months with a sore left wrist. Now we look at the Clippers as Chris Paul still out 2 to 4 weeks with that broken left finger. Zach Edey is now recovering. He is day-to-day with that sore right ankle, so he should be coming back. And the Grizzlies are starting to play really good basketball. And as I said, Edey is supposed to come back, so that's going to help them out a lot too. Hawks, no injuries to report. Miami Heat, as I said, Tyler Hero, he's still out 1 to 2 weeks with that sprained left foot, and we all know why Rozier is out with that suspension. Hornets, no injuries as well, so we are going to have a full complement of players from both teams, thankfully. Utah Jazz, nothing to report. The Kings, Sabonis still out day-to-day with a sprained left wrist. For the New York Knicks, I'm going to try to pronounce his name. Guerschon Yabusele out 6 to 8 weeks with a pulled left calf muscle. He is out again 6 to 8 weeks. The Lakers, no injuries to report. Magic, Wendell Carter Jr. still out 4 to 6 weeks, as Tyus Jones still out 2 to 4 weeks. Derek Lively II still out 4 to 6 weeks. Kyrie Irving out 2 to 4 weeks, still with that torn left ACL. And Anthony Davis is day-to-day with right thigh cramps. It's a new addition to the Mavericks list. Michael Porter Jr. still out 2 to 4 weeks, as well as Terrence Mann, both with different injuries. Let me see. Nuggets, I forgot what player, but I know he just recovered. He's back in the lineup for the Nuggets now, but Bruce Brown still out 1 to 2 weeks with a fractured eye socket, and Christian Braun with a strained groin out day to day. Oh, it's Jonas Valanciunas that returned to the lineup for the Nuggets, so that could help them out as well. Tyrese Halliburton, we all know he's out with that injury from the NBA Finals. I mentioned that a few times in this game. Pelicans, no injuries. Pistons, Jaden Ivey now 2 to 4 months. He's still out 2 to 4 months with a cracked neck vertebrae. Raptors, no injuries. Rockets, Van Fleet, we already know about that. Spurs, no injuries. Suns, no injuries. Thunder, Hartenstein still out 1 to 2 months with a broken right ankle. Naz Reid now day-to-day for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He is hurt. He has that sore right ankle. He's out day-to-day. And again, as I mentioned, Damian Lillard out for the season. Shaedon Sharpe out 2 to 4 weeks. And Kamara out 1 to 2 weeks. Nothing for the Warriors. And for the Wizards, Carrington and McCollum are now day-to-day with their injuries, while Whitmore is still out 1 to 2 months with his meniscus injury. And that is your injury report for the games played after November 22nd, 2025. The calendar may be November 23rd, 2005 for the game that's going to be shown here, but the video will be out on November 8th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Eastern, and that will be the Atlanta Hawks hosting the Charlotte Hornets in a Southeast Division battle. It'll be the first time we've seen the Charlotte Hornets, but the second time we've seen the Atlanta Hawks here in schedule block number 1. This is the third to last game for the first schedule block, so we are close to almost seeing every team being played here in this season playthrough. So we're getting close to saying that all 30 teams have been featured. But again, as I said, this game will be out on Saturday, November 8th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Eastern. Which this game, of course, again, is on November 23rd, 2025 on the calendar of this day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And I was thinking about the game for the College Football 26. That will be a game between the Texas A&M Aggies and the Missouri Tigers. That will be out tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. That will be a premiere. As I said, the two other games that I have done this week were BYU and Texas Tech and Oregon at Iowa. So don't forget to check those games out as well. And that will do it here, guys. Reminding you guys the final score, the Indiana Pacers on a last-second bucket come out with an 87-85 win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. I am Vinny from V-Dub Productions. Thank you for watching NBA 2K on V-Dub Productions. I am signing off.